This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take, for Wednesday, April the 12th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Nice to see all of you. Thank you for waiting for me tonight. Moderators, thank you in advance. Do what you need to do. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame members, franchise members, thanks to all of you for your support, and everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world. Thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me right now, you know how much I appreciate you. You know how much I do not take you for granted. So while you're here, subscribe so you can get active in the chat section, get my videos every single day. Like the video, 23 of you waiting for me, 6 likes so far. So let's bump that up. I see 5 likes so far. So let's bump that up for sure. I'm happy that the 23 of you were waiting even on a non-game night. I appreciate that. And then, so yeah, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift memberships. You can become a member. You can upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. I'll go for the first 15, 20 minutes or so, then I will turn it over to all of you. And then IC says, if I can create a new channel so I can be eligible for gift memberships, I might get cheeky and call it IC with a profile picture of a sea of eyes. Creepy or cheeky? No, I like that. I think that's smart. That's good. I like that. And Sahib, nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And for everyone else being here as well, thank you very much. Few things to talk about tonight, given that it's the eve of the Canucks' final game of the season, and we won't do a full retrospect tonight, but we can start to look towards that as we're going forward. By the way, it looks like Yenna is here. It is her birthday. She is 11 years old. So happy birthday, Yenna! Thank you for being here. And appreciate your support as well. I hope that your parents are okay that you are on the stream, given that you are only 11 years old. But happy birthday. Nice to see you here. So let's get into what happened in the NHL. Actually, before we do that, want to give a thank you to everyone who donated last night. As I promised, I donated all of that, matched it, and sent it on to the Zawada GoFundMe. So thank you for your donation for sure. I appreciate that. And then today we can talk. Well, no, we can talk about a few things, but let's get going. And we'll start off by talking. No problem. If Yenna is an alt account, that's fine. I'm not going to judge. I know Yenna, Birdie, and Tristan are all part of the same family. I know last time Yenna was in here, it got very active, but that's because I guess Yenna was only 10 the last time she was in here, and today she is 11. So let me talk about what happened in the NHL tonight and if there were any ramifications for the Vancouver Canucks. Only 3 games tonight. The Islanders beat the Canadiens. So the Islanders are in the playoffs. Bo Horvat and his New York Islanders are in the playoffs. That means their draft pick, not that we have it anymore because we traded it to Detroit, but that draft pick will be in the bottom 16. So it's not protected. So basically we can close that loop pretty soon. I basically, in my mind, I've closed it already because we don't have that draft pick anymore, but it's nice to see that at least it's not in the bottom. It's not in the top half. So it'll be in the bottom 16. Then we had the Stars, who are battling for first in the Central, beat the Blues, who with the loss, you'll see, are exactly tied with the Canucks right now. And then a mean nothing game for both the Flames and the Sharks. You know, you think Vancouver's season was disappointing. Imagine what it was like to be a fan of the Calgary Flames. I think they even had higher expectations than the Vancouver Canucks. So, what do these 3 games mean in the standings? Well, thank you for asking. All the teams are set in the playoffs, but the matchups aren't set yet because Carolina or New Jersey could finish atop the Metro. Florida could leapfrog the Islanders. Basically, what you're doing here is Florida's trying to avoid Boston because whoever's the bottom of these 2 teams will have to face Boston in the first round as wild card 2. So whoever loses between these 2 teams. Then in the Western Conference, it could still be Dallas or Colorado atop the Central. It could be 50. I don't know what the tiebreaker is about Vegas in it. No, I guess it could be Vegas or Edmonton atop the Pacific. Otherwise, it would have a P, yeah, or not a P, but it would have a different color, And then we know that these 2 spots are set, Seattle and Winnipeg, but we don't know who's going to win the conference. I don't know is Edmonton still able to catch Vegas? That's the one thing. I don't know. What the heck? Edmonton's won 8 in a row. Good for them. So what we care about is what does this mean for the Vancouver Canucks? 2 nights ago, or before last night's game, the Canucks were sitting here in 25th from the bottom. No, sorry, 25th from the top. 8th from the bottom. But they won. They jumped from 79 to 81, whereas Detroit and Washington lost. So that's how Vancouver leapfrogged them. And then St. Louis, those goofballs, they lost today too. So St. Louis and Vancouver have the exact same record going to the final 2 games of the season. So a few things could happen here. Detroit, if Vancouver loses, Detroit could leapfrog them and the Vancouver could fall to 24th. If Vancouver wins and St. Louis loses, they could leapfrog St. Louis and finish in 22nd. So the Canucks will finish either 22nd, 23rd, or 24th. That means either 9th, 10th, or 11th best odds for the draft lottery. But at least their worst they can do, or the best, I should say, is 11th. And that means they still have a chance to win the Connor Bedard lottery because if you win the lottery, you can move a maximum of 10 spots. 11 gets you up to number 1. If they're finishing 12th, then they could only go up to number 2. But thankfully, they at least can stay in 11th. So there we go. Right now, the Canucks are 10th from the bottom. They could move up, so to speak, to 9th. They can move down to 11th. So they'll finish in one of those 3 spots. Now, the Canucks also tomorrow chasing a couple milestones. So we know that Pettersson surpassed the 100-point mark. He's top 10 in the scoring right now. He's actually at number 10. So that's pretty exciting. We know that he's 2 goals away from 40 with 38. We know that Kuzmenko is 1 goal away from 40. He's at 39. And we also know that Besser is 2 goals away from hitting 20, which, as I vlogged about today, would be quite the turnaround given his horrible start to the season. And I will spend a minute talking about Brock Besser because, as I vlogged about, he is the Canucks nominee for the Masterton Award, awarded annually to a player that most exemplifies perseverance, dedication, and sportsmanship. And we know that Brock Besser is a good sportsman, and we know that he showed a lot of perseverance through the death of his father last year, through a broken hand in training camp, and then coming back too soon, that cut opening up, so on and so forth. So it's been a tough year for Besser. It showed in his early performance, but he has been a lot better in the last quarter of the season. Now, is it enough to win the award? Probably not, because oftentimes the Masterton goes to someone who comes back from a career-threatening injury or a disease such as cancer or whatever it may be. So Besser's story is very powerful. Not to downplay it, but there are a lot of very powerful stories throughout the NHL. So we'll see. Sometimes it's a player coming back from addictions of some sort. So while Besser's story is quite touching, I think I'm not sure. It's a weird way to say it, but I'm not sure if it's enough to win this particular award. So, kind of it's a nice thing though that he got nominated, and every team nominates one player for that award. So, what I'd like to know, and I'm going to get into your questions and comments quite early because there's not much for me to talk about today. The Canucks didn't play. They didn't even practice. I don't think. Did they practice? I doubt it. Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't see any word about practice or about lines. I'm just looking. Yeah, they had the day off today, and they have an 11:30 game day skate tomorrow. So a couple other things. Tomorrow, I'll be on Game Over with Sam and with Kaya. All three of us will be doing it because it's the latest game. The Canucks are the last Canadian team to be in action. So we will have the final game, regular season Game Over Vancouver. It's not Game Over Vancouver, Game Over show. Out of all 7 Canadian cities, tomorrow night, it'll be me, Sam, and Kaya. So make sure you join us for that one. It should start around 9:45 or so. And then after that, I'll probably do a quick stream as well at 11 o'clock. So make sure you plan to join us for both Game Over Vancouver after the Canucks game, and then me here on my channel right after it. Okay. This way, I'll do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I will ask you a specific question, actually, and then it'll give me a chance to anticipate all of your questions. So let's get to that Mitchell sponsor read right now. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. You can visit them and see their services at ptform.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Go to tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off of your next Vessi purchase. Mitchell, reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation and get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can become a member. You can upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And I just thought about this. I know Carol had her surgery today. I did not reach out to her just yet, but I sure hope that that Carol did okay today. And I will make sure that I check in with her sometime tomorrow. We're going to move first to Canucks and hockey-related questions only. And among the many things that you can talk about, anything really, but I'm really interested in what, we won't get too reflective yet as to what are your overall thoughts on the season, but what do you want to happen tomorrow, truly? Do you want the Canucks to win and end on a good note at the risk of dropping one more spot? Do you want them to lose with the hope that they'll get passed by one team and gain one more spot? Do you want Kuzmenko to hit 40? Do you want PD to hit 40? Do you want Besser to hit 20? Basically, what sort of things are you looking forward to for tomorrow's game? That's my question for you right now, but you can really talk about anything. And if I have the time and the energy, no, of course I have the energy, but if I have the time, I will certainly read it. Jason says, I'm happy for Horvat getting the playoffs with the Islanders. Of course, the Horvat crybabies won't like it. No surprise there at all. They are still whining on Twitter about Horvat. Good on Horvat. He played well in the playoffs a few years ago in the play-in. He did. He was making all the St. Louis Blues guys look horrible. I want us to win, but you want all the players to get their record, so we lose 7-6. So a high-scoring game that we end up losing. I think some people would agree with you, Yenna. What was my most exciting Canucks moment this season? Oh, my most exciting Canucks moment this season. That's a really good question. You know, I can't think of. It might actually be the overtime that I just watched in the home finale against Calgary, because that was crazy. That was pretty exciting, actually. But maybe there's recency bias. Oh, I think being in the arena, too, with the Sedins and Luongo, acknowledging their Hall of Fame, that was pretty good as well. Ryan says, take the L tomorrow. OKC won its first playing game tonight. They play Minnesota Friday night for the right to enter its 8th. Thank you for that. Well, Ricky, I will not confirm nor deny that I made any sports prayers last night. Rooting for Team Tank is so tough. If they lose, then meh. If they win, then all right. Yeah, at this point, they're either going to move up one spot, move down one spot. Nothing more, nothing less. Another 7-6 loss. But their players hit their goal scoring milestones. Lose for sure. Increase our chances. I don't know what I want from this team. Still torn between liking this team of players, but hate the management. Any update on Klimovich? Oh, did something bad happen, or are you just wondering overall? He'll obviously be battling for a spot, but did something bad happen? I don't even know. Didn't New Jersey or New York move up from like 10 to 2 in recent drafts? So there's, yeah, I would never say that there's no hope. That's the whole reason why there's a lottery. In fact, we should be clinging to some sort of hope for sure. Feel free to disagree. I think the Jets have best chance to pull an upset. Not sure. They kind of stumbled in the playoffs. Kuzmenko getting a first career hat trick was a highlight for the season. 8-5 versus the Ducks. Yeah, that game was crazy. What I want to happen tomorrow's game is win or lose to have a competitive game. That's fair. Most exciting moment this season, 2 shorthanded goals. Yeah, that's true. I did not get to watch that live. I was at work or something, but yes, that was good. Pedersen's 5-point night. For me, the most exciting moment was me being in the arena and watching the comeback from being down 4-0. Oh yeah, I'm not sure what game that was. I know the Montreal game was a lot of fun. That's for sure. Most exciting games I attended the season was Montreal and Toronto. Do you think Bedard still wants to play in Vancouver? Sure. Why not? Why not? Give me a second. I'm going to turn off my fan. It was warm, but now it's cold. By the way, not sure if you noticed, I'm wearing my Pepsi shirt made for, oh, there you go. Can you see that? Made for hockey watching and with the Pepsi logo. It's probably hard to see. It's a little dark. But yes, wearing my Pepsi shirt. Who will the Canucks draft with their pick? It's so hard to say, Sky, because unless they win the lottery, one of the 2 lotteries, it'll be Bedard or Fantilli. Then they're going to pick anywhere between 9th and 11th. So I don't know. I have to do a lot more research. I only know the top 5 guys. I don't know the next group for sure. Hoping for Kuzmenko to hit 40 as well as Pedersen, a 4-3 loss. Okay, so the 3 goals will be 2 from Petey and 1 from Kuzmenko. Do you believe me that we are getting Connor? I would love to believe you, Patrick Alvin. I want us to win easy. When was the last time that both Crosby and Ovechkin were not in the playoffs in the same season? That's a great question. I don't know. That's a really, really good question. Klimovich got hit and left, but Leipert fought for him. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you, Fillmore. I would hope no one gets hurt like how Daniel Sedin back in 2014. Did he get hurt on the last game of the season? Yeah, I don't want anyone to get hurt either. And LA Women's Hoops, hopefully no one gets a serious injury. Yeah, I don't see Arizona playing that hard either. I hope not. Could you see PD have back-to-back 100-point seasons? I can, because I do think that he hasn't reached his peak yet. Do players like McWard and Hirose make Myers and Oriel movable via trade or buyout? I think they've been good, but I think the sample size is still too small to make that kind of judgment. Most exciting moment will be drafting Connor. That's cool. 4-0 comeback was the Montreal game. Nice. Most exciting games was when I got to see you and the amazing CCC GLCPC club. Well, thank you, Tristan. It was great seeing you at the games as well. I have not scored a goal yet in NHL 23, yet I'm a defenseman. They don't score a lot. That's true. That's a lot tougher. My camera's too high today. I need to move my chair up a little bit. There. What are their ideal line mates next to Miller? Miller is such a good passer. I want a finisher on his line, whether that's a PD, but they're both centers. I think Besser can finish. I would actually like to see Miller with Kuzmenko as well, but they like Kuzmenko with PD. But because Miller is a really good passer, I think anyone that can finish. 4 days in Jerusalem. Wow. Welcome back. How was it, Debut Hunter? That's pretty cool. Most exciting game would be the Wild versus Blues if Fleury destroyed Jordan Binnington. If we won the lottery and picked 2nd overall, would you pick Michkov or Fantilli? I think the common consensus right now is Fantilli will go number 2. Yes, I bowl every Tuesday night, Merritt, and there is indeed a caricature of Jacob up at the bowling alley for sure. My 3 favorite teams, Duncan, after Vancouver are Winnipeg, Tampa, and Colorado. So I'll be cheering for Winnipeg or Colorado in the West, Tampa in the East. I think it's going to be Colorado and Boston, though, in the final. Does the Islanders making the playoffs make the Hronik deal better since it'll be mid? Yeah, I kind of hinted at the start. It at least it closes the loop, and we don't have to worry about it being a lottery pick next season because it was protected this season. I won't be going to any of the Abbey playoff games. I looked at the schedule, and I'm busy on all 3 of those nights, unfortunately. Daniel Sedin had to get stretchered versus Calgary. Oh, I did not remember that. Winter Classic in 2014. 16 years. Crosby has made it 16 years in a row. Wow. Talking about Crosby and Ovechkin in the playoffs. John Carlson's earlobe started to come off after a slap shot. That sounds gross. Now that the Islanders made the playoffs, yeah, I don't worry too much about that. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good that they made the playoffs. 2006 was the last time Crosby or Ovi was in the playoffs. Wow. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, the Bruins have had a lot of 1-goal and shootout wins. They're not going to go deep. Yeah, Jason, you're not the first person that I've heard say that, but I just can't see that. I think the Islanders will lose in the first round, quite frankly, Duncan. I was at 1 row at the 4-0 game. I kind of want to walk out at first. Wow. Yes. A lot of people weren't happy. Do I think Boeser stays in Vancouver? I have a feeling they're going to keep him. And I think Tocchet really likes him. I think Tocchet likes Boeser more than he likes Garland and Beauvillier. Hey, Shannon. Best moment, definitely meeting you. Well, thank you. And PD single-handedly willing this team to win versus Seattle. And the worst is definitely how they handled the boost situation. All fair. All fair. Wait, so Bo went to any other team. Would we be acting the same way? Yeah, I think it has nothing to do with the fact that it's the Islanders, actually, because there's nothing really to hate about the Islanders. Yossi got 96 points, didn't win Norris, but Carlson at 100 seems to be automatic. Any thoughts on why? Yeah, that's a really good point. I think, who won it last year? Was it Makar? I think because Makar had such a good season as well, whereas this year it wasn't as strong. And 100, I know it's only 4 points difference, but 100 just looks so much better than 96. And I think the fact that Carlson got a lot of his points super early and jumped up. I don't remember what Yossi's his trajectory was like last year, like where his points came from. But I just think a lot of people have been talking about Carlson this entire season. But maybe it was like that last year too. Hey, Kev, how are you? All right, good luck with all your studies for sure. Easter Sunday was hectic at the Church of the Holy and at the Wailing Wall. Went to Bethlehem and Dead Sea. Wow, very expensive. That's awesome, Debut Hunter. Welcome back. Glad you had a good time. 2006 was the last time Crosby and Ovi missed the playoffs. Sid was a rookie at 19. Lemieux was on the Pens. Char was a Senator. Chichi won the Rocket Richard. Wow. Thanks for all of that. No problem, Eric. It was great being at the arena this year and also running into you, Rosie, Justin, Lucas all those times. Yes, we had like mini meetups almost every single game, which was pretty cool. Would you draft Connor if I asked you to when Bettman revealed? Of course I will. I'll do whatever you want me to do if we get Connor Bedard. The Canucks have hosted, it was called the Heritage Classic. It was indoors at BC Place, and they hosted the Ottawa Senators, and Luongo was traded 3 days later. Are you surprised the Kraken have made the playoffs in only their 3rd season? Actually, their 2nd season, I think. But yes, I'm very surprised. Are you still in contact with Superfan Nadia? Yes, we still text, but thank you for asking, Darren. Not very often, but we still message. Who's going to win the Cup this year? I don't know. I think it's going to be Boston, Colorado. Do you think the Canucks will look like a different team with a lot of new faces next season? Not a ton of new faces. They simply don't have the cap room, but I do think that this management group is not afraid to make changes. I want Colorado and Islanders. I do not know if they can play each other. Yes, they can. Colorado's in the West. New York Islanders are in the East. Okay, I hope Dog gets better. Clay, are we doing the last game of the season giveaway tomorrow? Sure. I haven't thought of anything yet, Jay. Maybe we should talk off stream. It's fine. Didn't catch me off guard, but the way you ask it makes it sound like we should. But maybe we'll have to talk at some time tomorrow. Sure, we could do something. Obviously, we have no tickets to give away because the team isn't playing anymore. But we can talk for sure. Could I see Petey getting nominated for an NHL award this season? I know there's been some talk about him for a Selke Award because he has played a lot better defensively. He's put up his 100 points. He's actually has the second best penalty differential, meaning so many penalties are taken against him, only behind Connor McDavid, of course. So potentially, I'm not sure though, Fangirl. There's been a lot of really good performances. I hope Delia finds a good team next year. Well, you're saying he's not coming back? He could come back here. I doubt it, but he could come back. Great to see you at the Spirit Retreat. Yeah, we got one more. We got one more coming up in a week and a half. Hello from Germany. When the Canucks finally get guaranteed a spot in playoffs? 2 seasons from now. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say it's next season, but 2 seasons from now. Oh, you're in the Philippines right now, Angelo. Are you always in the Philippines? Do you live there? Thank you for watching. That's awesome. Finish the sentence. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 draft selection. We are proud to have you in the first overall pick here in Vancouver. We're proud to select from the Regina Pats, Connor Bedard. Damage team stretched it off the ice against the Flames due to a hit from Paul Byron. Thank you. I do not remember that, actually. With the season that Brock had made me forget about the hand injury. You mean in a good way or bad way? Al's fan base in Reno is crazy tonight. Costumes to chance. Rogers Arena is nowhere close to that quite yet. Do you see Canucks playoff race in the next 2 years in the final week of a season? Yeah, I do. I do think they'll make the playoffs in the next 2 years. I really do. Yes, Alex Burrows and Stéphane Auger. For me, the finals are either in the East, New Jersey or Boston, the West, Vegas or Colorado. Yep, those are good picks. Well, there's a possibility he gets another deal from Vancouver. Yep, he does. Delia's could be cheap too. Are we still paying for Bo? Yes, but only to the end of the season and not his full salary, of course. Nice to see you, Coach Rob. Take care. I loved how EP just got over 100. Me too, Shannon. It's pretty cool. I would love the chance for sure, Patrick. Vacation in the Philippines. Enjoyed the hot weather. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kraken have a chance in the first round. Yeah, they're going to be wild card 1, so they're going to play against the weaker of the 2 division winners, so it'll likely be Colorado or Dallas. So no, all to say, I think they'll play hard. They're a good team, but I don't think they have what it takes to knock off one of those Central Division teams. Let's do a couple more minutes of Canucks and hockey-related questions, and then we'll turn it over to Ask Me Anything. So let's do 2 or 3 more minutes of Canucks and hockey-related questions. Is it positive news that the Canucks are talking to Bear's agent again? Well, it depends if you like Bear. If you like him, then it's positive news. If you don't like him, then you might say, save your money. Did anyone see a Nikita Zadorov natural hat trick happening in the final game of the season? Wow. Didn't know that. Seattle and Boston in the finals. Do we take take a chance with an older netminder like we do with Halak? I do think you have to go for a veteran because Demko is our veteran. Then Seelovs and Martin's not young, but he's inexperienced. Seelovs is young. I think you go with another veteran who doesn't make a lot of money because you simply can't afford to sink too much money into your goaltending. Oh, Kraken still finish third if they win and LA loses. Okay, that's good. Do I see Edmonton going far? Oh, yeah, they're playing so good right now. They've won the last 8. What's the most difficult part from the season other than obviously missing the playoffs again? I think the difficult part for some people it's going to be the fact that they had a chance to tank at the end and they didn't do it properly. I think for others it's going to be the Horvat trade is probably going to be difficult for some people. The way Boudreau was let go is going to be difficult for some people. So there's a few candidates right there. I think Niels Oman will play for Sweden. I think PD's going to say no. I think Hughes and Miller and Demko are going to say no. So it might just be Niels Oman, actually. I don't know. Imagine if Boston flopped against the Leafs. I hope not. Would I rather have McDavid, but he's 5 years older, or Bedard, but you lose Hughes? Huh? There's like 3 different scenarios there. Patrick, have McDavid, but he's 5 years older, or Bedard, but you lose Hughes. I see what you're saying. McDavid 5 years older from now. He's still good, but maybe I take a full career of Bedard ahead of me. No, but if you have McDavid 5 years older and you still keep Hughes, who's young, I'll do that. I feel Boston would destroy the Isles in the first round, and no, I'm not saying that because of my salty feelings. Hey, Lyndon, Stanley Cup champion pick, Colorado. Flames had 30 one-goal losses this year, 17 lost in OT or shootout. If they had simply won even 5, they would be in. Great point. No, I do not think the Islanders can upset Boston. Yeah, I'd be sick of missing the playoffs too. Favorite part of the hockey season, but it was a year or two ago. Coach Rob and Chris from Nanaimo met you at White Spot and Duncan with you and Gail. Yes, that was a lot of fun. That was 2 or 3 summers ago now, Shannon. That was a lot of fun. I honestly don't think they meant to tank, but just overall play way better. I've always said Canucks average is a lot better than a lot of other teams' average. Are we keeping Brock, Petey, Miller, and Huggy? Petey, Miller, and Huggy for sure. Brock, I think the jury is out. Okay, friends, that was good. Let's move now to non-Canucks, non-hockey related questions. So now it's time for you to ask me anything. So I will not, respectfully not answer any more Canucks or hockey related questions, but let's do 10 minutes of this. So let's see how we do. So ask me anything you want. It doesn't mean I'll answer it, but you can ask me anything you want. Non-hockey, non-Canucks related. Favorite summer activity? Traveling. Traveling with the family. Good question, fangirl. Are you going to the Peony this year or Playland? Likely not. I don't have a big desire to do so. When do I go bowling? Every Tuesday night. And then sometimes I sub on a Thursday night league, very rarely. And sometimes I'll go on the weekend, but Tuesday night is my regular bowling night. How is your studying going? How many years do you have left? Thank you, Shannon, for asking. I'm finishing course number 9 out of 12. I do 1 this summer. I do 1 in the winter. I do 1 in the spring, and then I am done. So I'll be done by next summer. Summer or winter? Summer. The clay tridium, the big 3 events are the first day of summer, Father's Day, and my birthday, all within 3-4 days of each other. Do I like camping? I love it. I wouldn't say I love it. I don't mind it, but I'm admittedly more of a city boy. Favorite summer Olympic sports event? Ooh, great question. I love watching track and field, actually. I love watching the sprints, especially the 100, the 200, the 4x1. Would you be able to run, walk, crawl 101 miles around a 1 mile track within 24 hours to survive? 101 miles in 24 hours. So I got to go 5 miles an hour to get to 100, 4.5 miles an hour. I don't think I could do it. Not for 24 hours. That's a lot. 5 miles an hour pace for 24 hours. No, I don't think I could do it. That's like 8 kilometers an hour. What would be your advice to students who deal with anxiety during presentations? Oh, good question. Know your material. Pick someone in the audience that whether you plant them or not, that you can connect with and make eye contact with every time you're a little bit nervous. That can just calm you down. And practice those 3 things. What comes after you finish your courses? Hopefully a little bit of a raise at work and make me more marketable if I ever want to leave the diocese. So it's a master's and pastoral theology, but I just think it'll get me more pay and more responsibility within my current job. Would I rather fight Brock Lesnar or a bear? Lesnar. But both would kill me. What are your thoughts on men competing in women's sports? The whole trans thing. I think that there is an element of not fairness in it. That's what I'll say. Where have you traveled that you think is overrated? Oh. Overrated. Yeah, there's been a couple places that I wouldn't say they're overrated, but I just didn't take the time to explore fully, like London, England. So I wouldn't ever call London overrated. maybe a couple Canadian cities, but I don't know. Overrated would mean that I was really, really, really excited to go and then I was disappointed. Admittedly, I haven't had that experience just yet. I don't know if the entire family will be up for it because I started at 11 o'clock and at least one of them are sleeping. After my courses are done, no, I'm going to stay in my job, Shannon, and I think it'll just help me. It's a master in pastoral theology, meaning basically how and why the church teaches what it teaches. Would Mickey be okay if you got a new puppy? Great question. I think so. I think he would try and be the boss, even though he's a little bit of a wimp. So, but I would. Gail and I have often talked about how we want to see what he's like with a playmate for sure. Can I do 25 push-ups for the gang? I can do 25 push-ups. I'm not going to do it right now. It's just an awkward place to do it, but maybe I'll do that in the summer for you, but definitely not tonight. Gail is a vice principal at a Catholic school. Good night. Good luck to your badminton tournament. If you could prank any celebrity, Ashton Kutcher style, who would it be and why? Got to be someone who will take it well and won't shoot me or hurt me. What I like Denzel Washington. Can he take a joke that well though? I'm not so sure. Celebrity. You know, I think someone like you know, maybe if I could prank like a Bruno Mars or Justin Timberlake, maybe, because I do really respect them as musicians. So, and they seem to be, Justin Timberlake seems to be especially have a real easygoing sense of humor. Would you go camping and sleep in a tent in the middle of the woods, or a sleeping bag, or in a sleeping bag with no tent? Keep in mind there are hungry wild lions. No, then I'd want the tent. I think I'd want the tent. Yes, I've sprained my ankle before, both basketball and volleyball. I think I'd smoke you in bowling. Would you put up a bucket of KFC? Gladly. Am I retiring? From what? Hello from Scotland, Rampant Sloth. Thank you for joining from there. That's awesome. Would you rather jump out of an airplane or bungee jump? Yes, you will get 1 million followers. I don't care about the 1 million followers. I don't want to do either. I presume when you say jump out of an airplane, I get to wear a parachute. Like you're talking about skydiving, right? Not just jumping to my death. Or bungee jump. I would bungee jump because I've done zip lining before. I know it's not the same, but I think I would bungee jump. I think your church should do like a church service that people can follow on the computer. We used to, Shannon, and some Catholic churches still do that. We used to, but our particular parish doesn't right now. Have I met any celebrities from TV or movies? Yeah, there's a local actor who's done a lot of stuff named Neil McDonough. I've actually done some work with him in the Catholic Church. I met Todd Bridges, who was Willis from Different Strokes 30 years ago in Hawaii. But I think Neil McDonough would be the most famous one. Don't prank Will Smith. Very good. Do you think Austin Matthews' hair is receding? Oh, shoot, that's hockey related. He doesn't have the best hair for sure. Hello, Chris. Do I golf? I do. I enjoy it. I'm not that good at it. The boys are better than me, but we enjoy it. We go on trips together and we make outings of it. I do enjoy golf for sure. Would I do a food review on a stream sometime before the lottery? Depends what I'm reviewing. I'm not sure if anyone's going to tune in to see my food expertise or opinion, but you never know. I challenge you to go. What's up with all these challenges today? Everyone's got kind of a little bit competitive. Well, forget about the challenge. We can go golf, but forget about the challenge part. Okay, so Gurpreet saying the Lions were dead, hungry for a week and they'd probably be dead. I missed that part. You lost me at camping. How many and which wildcard teams win in round one? I don't think Florida or the Islanders are going to win in the East. And I don't think that Winnipeg's going to win. So maybe Seattle or LA if they play against Dallas. I don't see them being Colorado, but maybe if Dallas wins the Central, then the West wildcard team might beat them. What you talking about, Willis? Very good, Shannon. Yes, I like Neil McDonough a lot. for sure. I have curled before, not great at it, but a lot of fun. I think this is funniest thing, not funniest thong, because that would not be that funny. That has happened on air, not planned. It was when Hot Take Hockey led a raid of my channel, my live stream, brought in a bunch of new subscribers and viewers, but I had no clue what was happening. Oh, I see. I love to answer, but it's hockey related. Oh, I'll just do this one. Who would you take first overall in a playoff hockey pool? McDavid, Makar, or Pasternak? I would take Pasternak or McDavid. And if I think that McDavid is going to make it to the conference finals, which they could very well, then I take him. If I go to a mall food court, I'm always looking for the teppanyaki Japanese place. Do a cosplay of Finn the mascot for a stream. I don't even know what that means. Spring, summer, every day, sky over fall, winter. That Hot Take Hockey raid, I don't know. It was like 3 years ago. It was during the pandemic, and I don't know which actual stream it was. 1 week for a line, it'd still be alive. Can usually go to 2 weeks without food. Well, that's not very comforting. Do you ever watch any cooking shows or videos? No. I've seen Gail and Sean in particular watch stuff like Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen, and I'll watch it when it's on, but I'll never go out of my way to watch one of those shows. Would you host a drag show? Probably not. Not my thing. Not my thing. Let's go 2 more minutes of Ask Me Anything. Drag racing? Yes, that's more my thing. Well, not really my thing, but more my thing. Gail is a much better cook than I am. She is the cooker. I am the cleaner. Do you go hiking very often? Not very often. Like, I've only done the grouse grind once. There was 1 summer, 2 summers ago when the pandemic was at its peak, when we went on a few more hikes like Bunsen Lake and stuff like that. But I'm not a big hiker. I'd rather be doing something active like basketball or volleyball or softball or hockey. More playing, even tennis, golf, playing sports more than actual hiking. I do a lot of walking though. Make sure I get my 10,000 steps every day. Favorite thing to drink other than Pepsi? Okay, Coke. If it's not Pepsi or Coke, I do like drinking like either Shirley Temple, another pop, or like a strawberry lemonade. I do not watch Storm Chase streams, but I know that Fangirl does. I know that Dravakian does. Mountains or beaches? Beaches. Finger puppet stream. This is going weird. If you get captured by the police and the only way you can get out is by sitting through a curling match or golf match, which one would it be? Yeah, I'd watch golf. I'd watch golf. I enjoy that enough. Do your kids help out? If what chores? Yeah, Sean does the garbage and recycling every day. Jacob does unloads the dishwasher every morning because we run it overnight. And then Kayla usually helps with the laundry. Gurpreet, this is impressive. The Hot Take Hockey raid was during Game 4 of the playing round against the Wild. Gurpreet, you got to tell me, man, did you remember that? Or did you actually look it up? That's very impressive. Greatest thing about being a dad or a parent is seeing what your kids accomplish with or without you. If you Google this, and if you pass away and have a cat that a cat will eat is human, and if someone who does not find you, then the cat cannot get fed. A cat will eat as human, I think is the main point from that. Thank you for that wonderful image. Does Gail cook the Filipino steam buns at home? No, not the steam buns. Curling and golf can be both very exciting. Yep, especially when it comes to the best in the world. No, I do not have a good impression of Jordan Pedersen. Root beer, if I'm desperate, I'll drink it. Yes, I've heard of lacrosse. Thank you. GM Patrick Ovine, you okay tonight? Some weird requests from you tonight. Very weird. Glad you made it home, Rob. That's awesome. Last 2 minutes. Soda water or bubbly? Oh, Justin, you know me too well. Neither. Neither. Yeah, bubbly. You guys saw my tweet, and I think I talked about it on one of my streams. I said someone convinced me that this isn't the worst drink ever. Do I like soccer? I don't mind watching it when there's something on the line, like Olympics or one of the big matches in Europe. But it's not really my favorite sport to play nor watch. Yes, 3 years since we made the playoffs, and then before that, it was 2015. So not great. I, too, dislike carbonated water very, very much. It's not the best. Okay, friends, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for being here. Tomorrow night, Game Over Vancouver. Me, Sam, and Kaya, all three of us, after the Canucks play the Arizona Coyotes, we'll know exactly where the Canucks will finish in the... Oh, no, we won't, because there's still games on Friday. So we'll have a better idea, though, of where the Canucks are going to finish. Well, at least we'll know where they're finished at. And then Game Over Vancouver at around 9:45 or 10. And then I'll do my own show at 11. Last thing, Gurpreet, I remember the raid. I was watching the game on my TV while having both your stream and the Hot Take Hockey stream open on my devices. So I saw Hot Take saying to raid your channel. Wow, that's pretty cool. Why didn't you warn me? I'm just kidding. That's pretty cool. Great memory. So thanks everyone for being here. Moderators, didn't look like you're too busy. And that's a good thing. So thank you. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support. Also thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for being here, for being active in the chat section. I hope to see you tomorrow night at Game Over Vancouver. And I hope to see you on my own stream right after that at 11 p.m. So on your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership, gift a membership. Make sure you rate and review if you're listening on a podcast. And of course, thank you to my sponsors as well, Van City Experts Real Estate and Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Until tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. There's a genie who asked, "What's your first wish?" And a guy named Steve said, "I wish I was rich." The genie nodded and said, "What's your second wish?" Then Rich replied, "I want lots of money." God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.